What's up, guys? Welcome to another video. Um, so as I was saying, up to that point, this is a continuation from my last video. And up to that point, basically my last video I talked about how I was like a superhero, like in second grade or something, and I ended up getting a citizenship award because I was like doing all of these things around campus, helping these people. And this was like a stark contrast to who I was like in the Philippines, like before I got here. Um, and there was I granted, I don't think I've ever gotten detention my entire life. I don't think I've ever gotten detention. um but what did happen was I did get detention in the Philippines, and I remember that now. That was the first time I've ever gotten in trouble, and I remember it vividly because there was this magic trick that my dad, because my dad was like a magician guy. I don't know why I said it like that, but he was like really into magic. And so what he did was he taught me like this thing, like you would put tape on like one of your fingers or something, and then you would like switch it. I'm pretty sure you've done it. And it looks like the effect of it is that it looks like something is like being, like it's moving, it's switching from finger to finger, but in reality you're just okay. That's basically what the magic trick is. And I did it. I messed up. I was like showing my classmates. I messed up like pretty bad, and I went like this on accident. And that, like, back at that point, I had no idea what a middle finger was. And so when that happened, like my classmates, I don't know why, but they were like so eager. They were like, oh, because in the because here they call me Christian in America, but in the Philippines they called me Matt or Matthew. So now I started to kind of introduce myself as Matthew again here. But for the longest time here, it's Christian. Over there, it's Matt. It's like, hey, Matthew did the middle finger, and I was so confused. Like, and then I showed the teacher exactly. I don't know why I did it again, and the teacher was like, oh, it's not good. Like, she was like mad, like really mad. Like, it's weird because in the Philippines, the teachers were very strict. I don't recall there being a teacher who actually liked me in the Philippines. I feel like all the teachers there were very strict, and they kind of like saw me like they didn't. I, I'm pretty sure they didn't like me like in the Philippines. But when I got here, for some reason, all of the teachers were like really like there was something about like they liked me here. Like, I feel like all the teachers, even the Filipino ones. Like, I had a Filipino teacher when I was like in third grade. I think it was third grade. Who like, her name was Miss Balgos. I hope she's okay. I haven't talked to her in forever. That was like my teacher in San Jose, and she even nominated me to be like I think a secretary, like a secretary of the student body president, which I did end up losing, but it was still, like the fact that a teacher would do that. And yeah, like the teachers generally here, I don't think there's ever, well, there was one teacher here. Her name was Miss Wu, and it was like a school. I'm not gonna say the school, but her name was Miss Wu, and she was Filipina, but she just had this like, she just like did not like me for some reason. And then we ended up seeing her at like Seafood City, or like my parents ended up seeing her and her husband at Seafood City. Her husband was my science teacher in fifth grade, so like they kind of like were both my teachers, and they were like cussed out like this like lady. I don't know. I feel like I'm like ratting it out, but it's just like kind of like putting it into perspective. Um, but essentially, yeah, I got detention, and ever since that point, I was like, oh, so that's what a middle finger is. I was like, why? Like, that was how I discovered what a middle finger was, because I don't think parents, my parents didn't cuss. Like, I think that was like the rule. Like, yeah, they never cussed in the Philippines, like or here. I don't think they did. Even in Tagalog, like they never cussed. Unless there was like with this one time, but it was just like, yeah, like that was the first time I've ever gotten detention, and I don't think I've ever gotten detention since. I don't think I've ever gotten detention since. I've gotten suspended in middle school, but that was because of a fight. But technically that wasn't detention, and that's a story for another day. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing one more video for the day, and then we'll call it a day. I'm just gonna be, my whole purpose for making these videos is to kind of brush myself up on my own history, because I feel like saying it out loud helps you remember things as opposed to like journaling it. And I feel like some of these stories is like important for me to show, like to just let people know what my childhood was like. I don't know why. I have the weird innate desire to do that. I'm not sure if anyone will care, but I feel like there's value. Like, let me think of a moral lesson of this story. Like, obviously, the last story was about me just being this like kid who wanted to be a superhero and ended up keeping. I guess the lesson of that is like just do what you want to do, and good things will happen out of it. Like, stop focusing on the outcome, you know. And another thing is so this one, the moral lesson for this video, for this video is don't do the middle finger. No, I don't know. It could be that. It could also be that, like, I don't know what the lesson of this is. It's just insane to me that, like, I don't know, like, there is no moral lesson. It's like you just roll with the punches, I guess. Like, you mess up, and you get detention because you didn't know what a middle finger was. Yeah, I don't know. That's it.